Alright, man. I'm back again for part 2 of optimism as one of the, should I say, sub-competence of emotional intelligence. Like I said, it's found in motivation. We started last time. I needed to go to the YouTube channel and check out the first episode of optimism. And indeed, bring you up to where we are now. And so I'm going to be talking on the role of optimism in emotional intelligence. Remember, before we started talking about optimism in the first episode, I have to tell you what emotional intelligence is. And I said, emotional intelligence simply means understanding and managing your emotion and that of others, the emotion of others. So your ability to understand your emotion, manage it, and then do same for the next person is what makes you emotionally intelligent. Very simple. Take time, understand your emotion. Take time, manage that thing that you want to do, and then carry the same thing, do it for the next person. That's all. My boss will always say this way, Coco, you can't give what you don't have. If you don't understand your emotion and you can't manage your emotion, don't bother. It's not possible for you to give it to the next person. Bring it back again to the role of optimism in emotional intelligence. The number one role of optimism in emotional intelligence is that it brings about motivation and drive. Brings about motivation and drive. I think you can see my slide. You can go about just helping yourself to understand all the other things that I wrote there. Optimism fuels motivation and drive. Optimism fuels motivation and drive. It's just like saying that you have a G-Wagon car or you have a Prado car. Don't mind me, I like old things. Or you have Mercedes-Benz, old Mercedes-Benz, Mercedes 200. The engine of that Mercedes is actually the optimism. The Mercedes in itself is a motivation to anybody. Is a motivation for the owner to come in and want to move out to somewhere else. But what drives that your motivation? I'm motivated to drive. But what makes that motivation move is the engine. If the engine is not in the car, then obviously that car ain't gonna move nowhere. So it's the same way you can say that optimism is the engine of motivation. So optimism fuels motivation and drives. Is that okay? So that's it. Optimistic individuals are more likely to set challenging goals and persist in the face of difficulties. They will always tell you that you need to up your game. Don't limit yourself, don't limit your mind. What you need actually is being optimistic. It will help you increase your goal setting, see more, therefore be top, dare big things, face your fears, face the challenges, go against them and face them, and trust me, you definitely have results. So optimism will bring you to that point. Optimistic people will always face their challenges. Number 2 is resilience and coping. Optimism enhances resilience. When faced with setback, optimistic individuals are more likely to view things as temporary and surmountable. Resilience, I'm a physics graduate, and so resilience simply means the ability to come back. It's resilience, the ability to come back. And so optimistic people build resilience. They tend to know how to cope around. They are better at coping with stress. Today, all the activities we do has a way of stressing us. Job, family, parenting, whatever you do today has a way of just stressing us so that we can be productive and stretch. But optimistic people know how to cope around stress and bounce it back from diversities. They just know how to do that. And then Number 3 is influence on our health and well-being. Optimistic people, trust me, have been linked to a better physical and mental health. People who are very optimistic, they live better, they are healthy, their well-being is taken care of because they are optimistic. They don't allow negative energy come into them and reside, even though they are surrounded with peace all around. So if you're truly optimistic, trust me, it will show you your health, to show you your well-being, to show you the way your physical appearances. So you need to indeed build that. Let me give you an example. You say you want to go for exercise tomorrow morning and you want to be up by 5 a.m. But suddenly you have a long night of walking and trying to fix things, and then you slept by 3. And here your alarm begins to ring at 5. The alarm rang, you post it, the thing has the 10 minutes, so it came up again, rang, you threw it under your pillow, it came up again, rang. No, optimistic people will rise up, push themselves up, say, we have to get it done. And they will just stand up, enter the road, put on their sneakers, and then they're out. By the time you just move 1, 2, 3, the deal is done. You start running, you start exercising, you see them come alive again. Well, that can only be done if you're optimistic. Remember, they look at possibilities and good things will happen in the future. So that's it. That's how they move. We're going to look at in the next episode how to develop optimistic mindset, optimistic energy, optimistic lifestyle. Until then, see you soon.